Hi there. I've got a wee YouTube page where I normally just let my alter ego loose to a certain degree. Some stuff's fun, some stuff's serious, but everything. This is different. I'm probably going to have to release this on a different page. It's unscripted, it's just me. I'm going to let you know about something here, and this is important, okay? Carbohydrate deficient transferrin, okay? Now, please don't confuse that with a compulsory drug test. It's totally different. Carbohydrate deficient transferrin is something that is used specifically in the UK, which is the first lie. There is no such a thing as the UK. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. I've got the evidence to actually prove this. I'm going to try and concentrate. I'll try not to digress. Carbohydrate deficient transferrin. Right, this is a measure in the blood of your alcohol consumption, but it's not like your breath test, right? It's not like anything like that. I've got all these documents here. Sorry for looking away there. I've got all these documents here. Now, I've got it from. You can get all this information on Wikipedia, right? I've got one here for Gloucestershire NHS, our very own NHS, across the UK. This is from the Mayo Clinic in America. Homerton Clinic, again, I think that's that, you know. Now, this test, right, it's fundamentally flawed, okay. I was reported to the DVLA by someone who claims to be a medical professional. I'm sorry, I doubt this, with good reason, and I will make another video telling you the whole story. This one blood test combined with this accusation, false accusation made by this so-called medical person, destroyed 3 years of my life, right? I'm trying my best to recoup my relationship. I was taken off the road for approximately 9 months, and it's cost me an absolute fortune. It's drove me mental. Seriously, it's drove me crazy. I've had to study this. I live in a rural area, and because I couldn't get to and from places, I will thank the DVLA for one thing they did, and I'll do that in the next video. But other than that, it's a sham. It's a con. You're liars, right? It's all a lie. It really is. I have never been convicted of drink driving, right? Never. Okay? I've been on the road since I was 17. I'm now 49, soon to be 50, if I make it that far. Quite lucky, I suppose so far. Anyway, look. If you come across this, if you've ever been convicted of drunk driving, or driving under an influence rather, I should say, that's right. Right, everybody makes mistakes. I am not condemning anyone, and heaven forbid if you were to ever have an accident under the influence or cause the death of someone else, you've got to live with that guilt, and that would be hellish. I couldn't even imagine that. I couldn't live with that. This test, it measures the amount of alcohol you've had, maybe over a period of time. Now, the DVLA, I'll try and be as brief as I can, they seem to work on a traffic light system. Now, when you go for your medical, if you've been convicted of drink driving, right, they will test this on you. Right, this is the test they do. It goes in a little mustard coloured top, okay? And this is, again, Gloucestershire. Thank you very much for all these people that put this on the internet. It's a wee, I'll try and let you see that. It's a wee mustard coloured top, okay? Now, your GP, your normal doctor, they'll test your MCV, which is your mean cell volume, your red blood cells, okay? That's a giveaway for your alcohol consumption. Your ALT, your liver function test, your GGT, liver function. Now, your mean cell volume is meant to be between 80 to 100, right? Your ALT, 5 to 55. Your GGT, gamma T cells, right? 0 to 90, right? That's a gamma glutamyl transferrin, right? Transferase, sorry, forgive me. Now, the CDT, anything up to 1.9, they'll give you your license, okay? That's normal, okay? You're classed as a social drinker, okay? Up to 2.9, that's an amber light. They might not give you a license. Anything above 3, it's a red light. You're not getting a license. This doesn't mean, this test on its own doesn't mean that you are actually drinking and driving. It's got absolutely nothing to do with that, right? This is where this, obviously there is other tests. There's the ethanol level, which can, that can take a month or so. They can actually detect that. But the problem with this test is, right, and again I'm going by all these different organisations who are far, far brighter than me, and there's a whole list of names here, right? Problem with this test is, say you go on holiday, right, and you binge, right? You don't need to go on holiday to binge. You can binge for a few days, right? But say for instance, right, you go on holiday for a week. You drink 4 to 6 pints, right, alcohol, beer, right, a day, right? Or, this is not an and, it's an or, a bottle of wine, right, a day. Or, right, a third, a bottle of spirits, a day. For that period of time, that CDT will rise, okay? You can also binge for a couple of days, then no drink for a few days, right? Problem is, say you come back for holiday, right, and you have been binging, you've been wasted, whatever you do, right? How many people go on holiday and drink far more than that? Now you think about it, all you young people out there, please. I'm not going to go on about the health issues or anything like that, because I'm not going to lecture anyone. I've drunk far too much at times, Again, I'll never once admittedly, did I ever get behind the wheel, and that was to escape from a bad situation. I had to, but I was only going to sleep in the car, and that's the truth. Anyway, right, you go away on holiday, come back, don't drink all week, right? You go to the pub at the weekend, you have another bottle of wine, you have another 4 pints, you have a few nips or something like that. Now a lot of people will be saying, God, I drink more than that. The trouble is, that does not come down. It stays high. The only way to bring that test down, the levels in your blood, is to stop drinking. They reckon about 14 to 17 days for the average person, right? Now, this test, okay, I can tell you exactly what happens to this test. I'm in Scotland, Jockland, Haggis, Muncher, right? I didn't mind all that. That's fine, I find it funny. Anyway, right, now, I'm up here in Scotland. I got that test done in July. It's really hot that time actually I got this done. We're going back now, 3 years, back September there. Now, that test is sent by the post. And I'm not knocking the postal service in this country because you're brilliant. It really is. It's a brilliant, top of the class, probably number 1 in the world. That goes by post down to King's College Hospital in London, right? Now, that test, if they can't do that test there and then, it's meant to be kept, stored at ambient temperature. If that's not possible, it can be kept in the fridge overnight. Does that test go down to London in the fridge? I don't know. What I'd advise you to do, right, I'd never heard of this test because I was totally strange to this, and I can guarantee you this, right, and this is true, swear on my grandchildren's lives, my life, right, I had one bottle of beer on a Friday night for the 2 weeks running up to that test. Now, according to the letters I've got here, now I have got lots of documents here, loads of them, and I can prove everything I'm saying. Oh, by the way, I have actually made copies of these documents, and they're in a safe place, okay? Now, my test came back saying it was 3.7, and I'd never heard of this carbohydrate deficient transferrin. Never heard of it. Nobody has. They didn't even do this test in Scotland. It had to go to Sheffield. Why do I know that? Because the next time round, I did it privately. You pay for it, right? That's fine. Up here in Scotland, we're lucky. The rest of the blood tests, and I've got numerous copies of them. All the other tests will come down in a matter of days, and I know this, right? Again, had to study it. Your gamma T cells, all the rest of them, they'll all come down within 6 days. That's a lot actually. It doesn't need to be 6 days. Within a few days, these will all come back down within permissible levels, right? That CDT does not come down, or, which has now been called into question, by one of the DVLA's own medical specialists, who had seen me twice, questioned the fact if this test was actually mine, because he knows someone with exactly the same name, exactly the same spelling. That one test cost me approximately 9 months of my life. It cost me financial disaster. Somebody somewhere owes me thousands and thousands of pounds. Now, because it's a medical condition, you try and go and get a job, and you hand over a temporary license or something like that. I'm going to touch on all of these and all of the legalities, the fraud, the lies, the deception, because it is. I'm sorry, but it is, right? Now, that's not Snack David DVLA, they've no choice. They've got to go by their current guidelines. These things I'm reading here were updated in 2016. And all these places are saying, you should not go by this test on its own. It is a good marker for your prolonged alcohol use. But on its own, it can't be trusted. Guess what? The DVLA only go by that one test. Oh, they're really brainy, eh? Again, that's not their fault. It's not the workers' fault. It is their legislation guidelines, which, again, the UK, utter rubbish. I'll step into that on the next video. Try not to get angry here, folks, okay? Because you can imagine this has destroyed me. Nearly destroyed my relationship. And that was because it messed with my brain. And messing with my brain, I couldn't get to see my wee woman. And I was married for years, and I love this wee lady, and she stuck by me, and it makes me even more strongly towards her. Do I hate people for this? Hate's too strong a word. Do I think they actually know that they did wrong? Yes. Now, problem here is, go to a job, right? When you've got a medical condition, right? They're saying it's a prescribed medical condition. Right. Alcohol abuse, misuse, that's what the term it has, or alcoholism, right? Which I'm not, because you have to actually stop drinking to get this thing done. An alcoholic can't do that. They just can't. It can result in all these other medical things, heart attacks, seizures, wet brain syndrome. It can actually really mess you up physically, totally. Obviously the shakes and stuff like that. Now, again, this test should not be done on its own. I would advise anyone who is going to go for this test, look all this information up, get the test done, get a parallel test done, okay? These documents here I've got, some of them say the turnaround time is 2 to 3 weeks, right? King's College Hospital in London, before they hung the phone upon me, and I didn't actually have this voice because I'm quite good at doing voices, before they hung up on me, they can do that test in 20 minutes. 20 minutes to destroy somebody's life with one blood test. Nothing else. One blood test and the utterings of someone who couldn't even spell my name right. Again, I'm going to make a full video and let you know about this. But please, I would like anybody for the DVLA, sneakily, however you want to do it, I'd like to see statistics of people who have been convicted of drink driving. I'd like to see the levels, average, if you like, of what their CDT is. Because all these other organisations, as far as they're concerned, anything below 2.6 is a nil. You're alright. And it can be caused by other things, 4 of which on the list is a possible in my case, at that time. Now, these people who do this, they do not realise the impact this has on someone's life. Again, this destroyed my life, and I'm still trying to get my life back on track, all because of this. I'm probably going to release this video on YouTube. It might get taken down, I don't know, because the bottom line is, they will not tell you what your results come back if they are okay. Quite happy to tell you if they're above 3, but they will not tell you otherwise. And they won't just give your licence back. Then, because it's a prescribed medical condition, Rubbish. They take your components off your licence. They took my 7.5 tonne vehicle. Right, it's not a privilege. Anything you work hard for, anything you work for, you pay for, you deserve. That's a right. That's not a privilege. Okay? Privilege is all these people that make these decisions a lot of the time because they're born into a privileged life. Right? Now, they also take your minibus off you. And I totally agree with the two factors. Right? If you do have a proper medical condition, they will take them off you. And again, I totally agree. You can't have somebody behind the wheel driving other people around, or a big huge motor that you could career it, as has happened in the past. I totally agree with that. But they don't give you it back. They don't give you it back. I'd have to go for a separate medical, right? Pay somebody, a doctor, pay them to actually get that put back on my licence. And then the DVLA would probably send me for another medical, because they can, right? These people treated me badly. They did. The whole situation is a sham. It is a con, right? It really is. It is a con. People can think what they like, but I'm sorry, that one blood test proves absolutely nothing. It proves nothing. And I can't prove that it was my blood test originally, but I can prove all the other ones. Did they tell me the results? No. But I can tell you this. After 3 weeks of total abstinence, I've submitted to this test, paid for it, twice, right, 2 years running, okay? Mine's came back as 1.7, okay? That's after 3 weeks of absolutely no alcohol. So other factors must have still been making that raised. They reckon, again, 14 to 17 days. If I was you guys, anybody, if you have been drinking quite a bit for a sustained period of time, just stop drinking. Stop. If you're going to go for one of these tests, just stop drinking and get the test done. I would do a parallel one, like I say to you. Don't let them railroad you like what they did to me. Again, this has cost me a fortune. It's cost me mental issues. It really has. It drove me mad. And I will go into the rest of it in the next video, whereby I will slam, and I will slam. I'll not mention any names. It will give some people a chance to call me a racist and whatever, and that's fine, but I'm not. I'm certainly not. But be careful, because this will destroy you. It really is. These people have far too much power, and they're working really, they're behind the times. And I guarantee you, again, I've got documents there from these specialist clinics and all that stuff, who say they reckon 90% of the population of this country, as in so-called UK, would fail this test at any given time. I'm going to try and send this. I hope you get it. Carbohydrate deficient transferrin. It's a sham. It is a highly questionable test. Highly questionable and fundamentally flawed. Anybody wants to ask anything, anybody wants to criticise, feel free to do so. I'm going by what I've got there. Even the NHS say you should not go by this test alone. I submitted the first test, right? Just before I go, first test I submitted to pay for myself. I had to borrow the money for it because this left me flat, broke, couldn't get work. Somebody sitting in front of you with a temporary licence. Now you imagine this, you're in an interview, how humiliating is this? Oh, you've only got a temporary licence. And they say, why? And you say, medical grounds. That's the first point they're going to go, medical grounds. And then they say, what is a medical condition? How do you answer that? How do you answer that? Oh, I failed a blood test. Oh, what blood test? How do you answer that to a potential employer? I've never had an explanation for the DVLA regarding that one. I've had an explanation for nobody. My MSP tried their best to get, and actually agreed with me on certain things. Carbohydrate deficient transferrin, fraudulent when used on its own, destroys people's lives. Think about this carefully, please. And again, if you're put in a situation like this, if you do have a problem with drinking, don't go to your GP. Don't go to your anything like that, because nowadays there's a witch hunt. There is a witch hunt. We all see junkies standing, getting their methadone. Now they've got a problem, okay, I understand that. Then they're getting back in their car, which is probably paid for with the taxes of people like me who go out and work and pay the taxes, and they've got their kids in the car and they're driving home. Highly questionable. I'll say that to you. Now, I will be making another video. I hope this actually sends to you guys. And again, carbohydrate deficient transferrin. Look it up. You'll get all the information on the internet. And thank you again for all the people and all the real organisations that put this up. The rest of it's an utter sham. Thank you. Bye bye. Mind how you go.